Please write this down. The spirit of leadership. The spirit of leadership. Some of this material is being taken from the books and CDs out there. Those seminars would take about 3 months to complete, so I'm going to give you just some introductory notes to think about. The spirit of leadership. We're going to focus on cultivating attitudes that affect human behavior. Cultivating the attitudes that influence human behavior. Leadership is about the capacity to influence human behavior. So what I'm going to focus on in this session is the attitudes you need to develop and cultivate in order to influence human behavior. I want to begin talking about an animal, which is interesting to me because there are only 2 animals that God identifies himself with. 2 animals. One is a lion, and the other is an eagle. And if you read the biblical text, you will find that God constantly refers to these 2 birds as they relate to his nature. The lion and the eagle. Now, if you were to assess the success of these animals, you would probably agree that the lion is considered the king of the jungle, and the eagle is considered the king of the bird kingdom. And so we can understand why God would relate himself to them, because he made them and he put in them certain unique qualities that makes their nature like his. I'm going to talk about the eagle perhaps in the next session, but I want to talk about the lion here first, because I've done a lot of research on the lion because I wanted to study how God thought and why God used the lion as a comparison for some of his qualities. First of all, the lion is not the tallest animal in the jungle. It's not the tallest animal. Secondly, the lion is not the largest animal in the jungle as far as bigness and size. He's not. It's a small cat. The third thing is that the lion is not the smartest animal in the jungle. There's some very smart creatures out there, know how to survive. Fourthly, the lion is not the heaviest animal in the jungle. Right away you can consider the hippo or maybe the elephant. I mean, the lion is nothing compared to those great animals. And fifth, the lion is not the strongest animal in the jungle. And yet, with all of those defects, the lion is still the leader. That should give you hope. Right? Because you're not the biggest, the strongest, the smartest, maybe the tallest or whatever. Which means that you don't need to be any of those things to be a leader. And that's good news. So my question was, what makes the lion the king of the jungle? That was the issue I had to deal with. And my studies in the scriptures and in the nature of research, just studying the animal kingdom and why God chose these animals, I was shocked to discover some unique things about leadership that separates the leader from the follower. Before I give you the answer as to why the lion is so different from the other animals, let me give you a quote. An army of sheep led by a lion will always defeat an army of lions led by a sheep. Why? Because success in any effort is determined by the quality of leadership in the effort. A good leader can transform an army of cowards into a battlement of warriors. That's how important leadership is. Someone like Lee Iacocca could go into a company that was about to fold up, bankrupt. And it took just one man to get in there, and in a matter of 18 months, the company is resurrected. Same workers. So the difference is leadership. Your company is no better than you as a manager or a CEO. Your church is no better than you as a pastor. So if you want to improve your church, you improve yourself. If you want to improve your organization, you got to improve yourself as a manager, as a supervisor, as a CEO, as a president. And if you stop growing, the whole organization stops growing. That's why I read 4 books a month. I have to. It's hard work. That's my commitment for the last 22 years. Reading 4 books a month is hard. But I have to because I'm in charge of so many organizations. I have to keep myself sharp. And I read in a diverse market, not just religious organizational material. If you're going to be a leader, you got to become a reader. And not just the Bible. So leadership is really the key to success of any effort. I remember Jesus analyzing human condition one time. He looked at the thousands of people in the village. He saw them going to work every day on their donkeys, like how you would go in your car and be stuck in traffic every day. They got stuck in donkey traffic. He saw them going to their farms and their fishing villages, working. And one day he was observing this, and he began to feel the pressure of their stress. And these were the words that came out of his mouth. He said, "Look at them. They are harassed and they are oppressed like sheep without a shepherd." He concluded that their condition was not their fault. They were lacking leadership. You missed the point, you see. He was saying that the condition of the masses is totally determined by the quality of the leader. So if I come to your organization and I assess the morale of your company or the morale of your church, I can conclude that you got a leadership problem. That includes your home. If your children are wayward, ill-mannered, no discipline, promiscuous, drug-prone, then we have a father problem here. And sometimes we win the world and lose our own children because we lack proper leadership. So the lion is a leader because he thinks differently from sheep. In other words, here's the answer. The lion is king because of one word: attitude. Say it. Attitude. That's it. What separates a leader from a follower is attitude.